Today I'm going to be breaking down Marhaba by Kizz Daniel, where as usual I'm going to be talking you through the various elements that I'm picking up on as we go through it. As usual, I have put my interpretation of the song meaning down in the description below, so if you want to check that out, by all means go ahead and do so. Alright, you know the sketch, headphones on, let's get into some new music.
Uncle Good, level.
Nice hook.
Just a little bit of alcohol, a little bit of cigarette. I'm already singing bird, I'm already continental, international. I'm killing it, you know I put the fire. Now maybe the full look on.
Right, nice snare hit as well.
Pressure no fi catch me, fully loaded cash. When you see me coming, they say with the body, oh loud, oh loud, oh loud, oh loud. You want to tend to be bad,
Okay, right, let's pause it there for now. Let's cover off some of the few things or standout things that we've heard so far. Alright, so let's kick off with this intro then, because I actually really like the way that it opens up. But I particularly like the way that the intro builds, because it's been structured where each new introduction, not only does it catch your ear, but it enhances your engagement in the song each time a new section is introduced. So when we get opened up, we've got these basic percussions, right? Or these core percussions. But because of the sound and the rhythm of them, they immediately get your attention. Then we get the strings and the claps. They come in very engaging, again very distinctive, particularly the strings because of their repetitive nature. And then of course we have the hook, which for me is the icing on the cake. But pay attention to what happens with the claps when the hook comes in, because what you'll notice is you start to get some variance in them. So there are sections within the claps where actually it begins to follow the flow of the hook. A couple of other things that I like as well, and we're now talking about the verse here mainly, and the first one is the use of the kick drum. I think it does a good job of steadying out the rhythm but also bringing it to life. But what I particularly like, at least within the verse, is that they only use it on every other bar. It's not in there all the time. Another thing that I think bangs is the emphasis that they bring to the snare and the introduction of another percussive sound around 40 seconds. It hits on the offbeat and it comes in from the left hand side. So let's go back, let's listen. Okay, core percussions,
level,
strings and claps in now. Again, more engagement. Then the hook. You can see how it builds, right?
Just a little bit of alcohol, a little bit of cigarette.
Right, kick drum.
I'm already singing bird, I'm already continental, international. I'm killing it, you know I put the fire. Now the follow come, couple up solo one. Pressure no fi catch me, fully loaded cash. When you see me
listen to the emphasis on the snare here. Boom.
You want to tend to be bad,
Bangs, mate.
But I'm already a crazy nigga. Black on black, Elea. Mash it back on Shelea. Energy like a star, Ramsey like a bastard. The Fulani like Shokoto. Podjali ko Jekoto. Okpelo kwe Marhaba. I think kwe Taliban.
Okay, right, let's stop it there just for a quick second. Let's talk about some other standout moments within the track. So one of the first standout things for me is the way that they use the hook to separate the verses. And I think given the type of track that it is, I actually think it's a smart move by the production team, because even though it's only for a moment, it does give us a break from the repetitive nature of the song. But also, because they're using the hook what it does is it reinforces it and it creates a memorable moment within the track. It's almost like you can imagine the track's playing in a club, right? Everybody is dancing away to the verse. When the hook comes in, boom, everybody stops and sings that hook. So that's the type of memorable moment that I'm talking about. Another thing that I like are the cuts within the track, because again, it mixes things up a little bit, but also it brings emphasis to those final phrases. And then the final thing for me is how well matched the feel, the tone, the vibe of the track is to the themes of the song, because this song touches on themes of resilience, self-confidence and success. And I think the composition of the track mirrors those themes really well. All right, let's go back. Let's listen.
Solomon, pressure no fi catch me. Fully loaded cash. When they see me coming, they say we dey bad, you loud, you loud, you
Hook
loud,
coming in.
you loud. You want
Bangs.
to be bad, olórí ikú kò lọ fẹ́ dùn. Torí mo kú lọ́mọ kú tán, kò jẹ́ kó dán mọ́ mo lẹ́kùn. Bottom, bottom, bottom,
Cuts.
bottom, bottom, bottom. Already a crazy nigga. Black on black, Elea. Mash it back on Shelea. Energy like a star. Something like a bastard. The Fulani like Shokoto. Podjoli ko Jekoto. Ọpẹ́lọpẹ́ Marhaba. Àjẹyànpẹ́ Taliban.
Back with a hook now. Kick drum constant now as well.
She say I fuck with so many boys like they know and bro that Timini. What up Timini? What you do infinity? I can like what I just come see man down. I'm orthopedic, you need to light a bake up and your back. Only the leg to lock. As you know be on boy. I'm already calling another. I shall woo boy. Percussion. Go down there, gobble it. Oink oink.
There's a hook again, separating the track. Okay, right, and just the last thing I actually want to talk about here is the flow. I think Kizz Daniel does a really good job of switching up his flow throughout this track, right? And I think, do you know what? The ability to be able to manipulate and control flow is massively underestimated, especially when it comes to the influence and the impact that it has on a track by artists, and not just in Afro beats but across all genres. And I think, you know, Kizz Daniel does a good job here, because what you've got to think about, and we've already spoken about it, right, is that this track, at least foundationally, is, you know, it's pretty basic. There isn't a huge amount that's going on, and so if you want to keep it that way throughout the entirety of the track, there's only so much that you can do, or shall we say bring into the track, in order to keep it foundationally basic. Because obviously the more that you add to the track, the more complex it gets, right? So when you have a track like this, you do have to be a little bit more inventive with the things that you do to create variety. And we've already spoken about some of those things. So the use of the kick drum, right? The emphasis on the snare hits, the additional percussion that comes in from the left hand side, the way that they use the hook, right, to separate the verses, but also now flow, right? Like if you can mix the flow up and you can manipulate that throughout a track that is, what are we looking at, 2 minutes and 21 seconds long, that is, you know, pretty much the same all the way through, then yeah, you're doing a good job. And I think Kizz Daniel has definitely done that here.
From here to there, I prefer damn fool. Bottom, 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 already a crazy nigga. Bottom, 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 already a crazy nigga.
Right, on the way out now. Okay, that's it for me. If you want to see more breakdown and analysis videos, everything's popping up on the screen right now. Other than that, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I will see you in the next one.